Ṣé for mi yóò? This is News Hour on Ifako Radio. Good morning, I'm Olani with Ololade. The major headlines. Tinubu, we have met 2025 revenue targets, gained stability. Shettima to Tinubu, I won't take my bond with you for granted. Convention, Wike's camp demands ignite fresh PDP forward. Tariff war, respect state electricity regulators, FG wants disclose. Atiku slams FG as bandits sack Kwara village. Sports. Ekong, Moses, Iwobi, 13 others in Uyo as Super Eagles train for Rwanda. Transfers. Lookman triggers transfer war between Galatasaray, Fenerbahce. Entertainment. Actress Peju Ogumola loses only son. Real Worry Pikin, old sold out comedy show in America. News in detail. Tinubu, we have met 2025 revenue targets, gained stability. The economy has stabilized and the revenue target set for this year has been met since last month, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu said yesterday. With the revenue situation, government has enough resources to carry out its programs without borrowing, he added. The president spoke when he received members of the Buhari organization, leaders of the defunct Congress of Progressive Change, the political party formed by the late former president, which went into merger with others to form the All Progressives Congress. Today, I can stand here before you to brag. Nigeria is not borrowing. We have met our revenue target for the year, and we met it in August, the president noted. The economy has stabilized. Nobody is trading a piece of paper for an exchange rate anymore. When I took over, it was 1,900 naira to a dollar. It's 1,450 naira now. Rates are stabilizing now. You don't have to know a CBN governor. All you have to do is export and import and create jobs for the people, the president said. Shettima to Tinubu, I won't take my bond with you for granted. Vice President Kashim Shettima has promised that his bond with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, built on loyalty and service, will not be taken for granted. In a message of gratitude yesterday in Abuja to mark his 59th birthday, the Vice President described the President's goodwill message as profoundly touching, stressing that his feelings were mutual. The bond we share, anchored in loyalty and service, is one I will never take for granted. I have watched you shoulder the burden of difficult choices at critical moments, steering our nation throughout turbulent waters into a harbor of stability that promises abundance, Shettima stated. Convention. Wike's camp demands ignite fresh PDP forward. Governors elected on the platforms of the People's Democratic Party alongside the party's national chairman, Umar Damagun, and other leaders have affirmed that the National Elective Convention scheduled for November 15th and 16th in Ibadan, Oyo State, will be held despite the conditions set by the FCT minister, Nyesom Wike's camp. Speaking on behalf of the governors in Abuja on Tuesday at the inauguration of the 119-member National Convention Planning Committee, chaired by Adamawa State Governor Amadou Fintiri, the chairman of the PDP Governors Forum, and Bauchi State Governor Bala Mohammed declared that they are not cowards. The governors, in a clear response to Wike's camp's Monday night statement, also vowed to take disciplinary actions against those undermining the party's interest, insisting that the PDP will not bow to arrogance and impunity, or what they described as a faction of fools. In the same vein, the PDP Board of Trustees chairman, Adolfo Swabara, represented by Secretary Ahmed Makafi and other party leaders, emphasized that both northern and southern leaders are free to microzone party positions, while stressing that interested members equally have the right to contest. After weathering on prolonged internal crisis, the PDP scheduled its November convention to elect new members of the National Working Committee as part of efforts to reposition the party. However, while leaders are pushing for the convention to proceed as planned, Wike and some of his allies have continued efforts to stall the exercise over disputes surrounding the Southeast and South-South zonal leadership. Tariff war. Respect state electricity regulators, FG wants disclose. The federal government, through the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, has told electricity distribution companies to treat state regulators with respect. The vice chairman of NEC, Musili Oseni, stated this as the commission's quarterly stakeholders meeting, which ended in Lagos on Tuesday. Power distributors had repeatedly countered state regulatory commissions on matters of electricity tariff, a development that consistently pushed the two groups at opposing ends. Oseni urged the discos to strengthen their relationship with state regulators, underscoring the need for open communication, transparency, accountability, and mutual respect. Discos must do better with state regulators. First impressions last. Be open about your challenges so they can work with you. Above all, treat state regulators with the respect they deserve. A timely reminder that collaboration is essential to build a fair, resilient, and sustainable electricity market for Nigeria, Oseni said. However, Oseni also urged state electricity regulatory commissions, bureaus, to prioritize advancing their state electricity markets rather than relying on federal government subsidies. Atiku slams FG as bandits sack Kwara village. Former Vice President Atiku Abubakar has criticized the Bola Tinubu-led federal government over worsening insecurity, particularly in Kwara State, where bandits have reportedly sacked a community in Patigi local government area. In a statement on his Facebook page on Tuesday, Atiku lamented what he described as the administration's monumental failure to protect citizens, warning that violence in the North Central had reached alarming levels. He said, the resurgence of killings in the North Central shows clearly that the Tinubu administration has abandoned the region to bloodshed. Kwara, once safe, is now a hotspot of bandits, kidnap attacks. Niger State has seen militants attack military bases, murder soldiers, and even massacre worshippers in the mosques. Plateau and Benue continue to bury their dead while the federal government looks away. Atiku noted that by May 2025, just 2 years into Tinubu's presidency, over 10,000 lives had been lost in northern states, with Benue accounting for more than half. He added that killings and abductions had persisted weekly, while the government pretends nothing is wrong. Instead of fighting insecurity, the ruling APC is fighting the opposition using thugs, infiltrators, and hired hooligans to break up political meetings in Kaduna, Kebbi, and Ogun. In each case, security forces failed to act and even blamed the victims. The silence of the APC leadership is proof of complicity, he said. Atiku also called out the Nigerian police, warning them against partisanship. Oyo Varsity allays fear after fire got radio station. The management of Ajari Crowther University, Oyo State, has called for calm after a fire incident rocked a radio studio located on the university's campus. The incident occurred on Monday and led to the loss of the studio equipment. According to reports, the fire was triggered by an electrical surge from the studio's air conditioning system. The blaze quickly spread through the facility before firefighters arrived to contain it. Confirming the incident, the chairman of the Oyo State Fire Service, Maruf Akinwande, in a statement on Tuesday, said firefighters, led by PFS 11 Makinde, quickly responded to the call. When they arrived, the studio was engulfed in flames and smoke. They managed to stop the fire from spreading to other areas. No casualty was recorded, and were able to save properties worth millions of naira, Akinwande stated. He advised the public to always have fire extinguishers and use them properly to stop smoke fires before they spread. CSOs condemn 44% one-year surge in cooking gas. Civil society organizations have condemned the 44.51% year-on-year increase in the price of cooking gas in Nigeria, warning that the hike will worsen poverty, push households to unsafe alternatives, and undermine environmental sustainability. The National Bureau of Statistics, in its July 2025 liquefied petroleum gas price watch report, revealed that the average retail price of refilling a 12.5 kg cylinder of cooking gas rose from 14,261.57 in July 2024 to 20,609.48 in July 2025. CSOs decried the impact of the price hike in cooking gas on the living conditions of Nigeria. Country Director of Action Aid Nigeria, Andrew Mamedu, described the surge as a bad signal with serious socio-economic implications. Mamedu said, the analysis showing that there is a 44% increase in the space of 1 year indicates that the price of gas is way above the inflation rate of 22%. Clearly, it is a bad signal. He warned that the hike would erode disposable incomes, push more families into poverty, and force more households to revert to firewood and charcoal, with grave consequences for the environment and public health. People will find alternatives, and the next alternative will be firewood. That will affect the environment, accelerate climate change, and endanger the health of users who inhale smoke, he added. Mamedu also criticized the government's failure to address bottlenecks in the gas sector despite policies aimed at curbing price surge. He noted we still have oil and gas companies flaring gas, and we still have Niger Delta bottlenecks. The government must make cooking gas affordable, whether through easing transportation costs, incentivizing operators, or some level of subsidy. Three Lagos laborers found dead in makeshift apartments. Three yet to be identified male adults have been found dead in their apartments on Olateju Street in the Lekki Phase 1 area of Lagos State. It was next that the incident happened in the early hours of Sunday, where the victims reportedly lived together in a makeshift room. It was gathered that the deceased were casual workers who earned a living by running errands and taking up daily labor within the neighborhood. The resident who identified himself simply as Alfred but pleaded not to be identified because he was not permitted to speak with the media, said the victims were asleep when the attackers stormed their room. According to him, the attackers dragged them out of the room and macheted them to death in the process. He said, the boys lived in a makeshift structure erected on the premises of a building on the street. We knew them to be laborers who also ran errands for people. But on Sunday morning, one of their colleagues, who also stayed around there, raised the alarm over an attack on the boys. When people rushed there, the three of them were found lying in a pool of blood with machete cuts all over their bodies. We were told their assailants dragged them out of the room before killing them. 60-year-old woman delivered of babies in Abuad Hospital. A 60-year-old woman has given birth to babies at Afe Babalola University Multi-System Hospital, Ado-Ekiti, after many years of waiting. The statement in Ado-Ekiti by the Director of Corporate Affairs, Tunde Olofintili, said the feat was achieved at the hospital's fertility center through advanced reproductive technology and comprehensive antenatal care. The Chief Medical Director, Dr. Akinola Akimade, praised the teamwork that made the delivery possible, noting that the collaboration between Olive Hospital and the multi-system hospital was critical to the medical feat. He said the feat highlighted how modern fertility treatments and quality obstetric services could deliver positive outcomes even in high-risk pregnancies. Akimade said the hospital fertility center, which was well equipped with modern infrastructures and dedicated specialists, enabled the hospital to save manage complex maternal cases that might otherwise require treatment abroad. Sports. Ekong, Moses, Iwobi, 13 others in Uyo are Super Eagles trained for Rwanda. Nigerian's camp has come truly alive ahead of Saturday's 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifying showdown with Rwanda, with team captain William Ekong leading by example. The Saudi Arabia-based defender arrived camp on Monday alongside goalkeepers Amas Obasogi and defenders Bruno Onyemaechi and Felix Agu. Agu, who plays his club football with Werder Bremen in Germany, impressed at left back at the University Cup tournament in London in the summer. Dependable forwards Simon Moses, who scored a goal and made an assist in his new club, Paris FC's league, with win at the weekend, is also in camp. As Greece-based goalkeeper Adeleye Adebayo, defenders Chidozie Awazim and Benjamin Frederick, and midfielders Wilfred Ndidi, Frank Onyeka, and Fisayo Dilimba Bashiru. Wingback Ola Oluwa Aino, defenders Bright Osayi Samuel and Calvin Basti, and midfielder Alex Iwobi have also arrived. Transfers. Lookman triggers transfer war between Galatasaray and Fenerbahce. In a dramatic turn of events, Turkic foremost clubs Galatasaray and Fenerbahce have both entered the race to sign Nigerian international striker Ademola Lookman from Atlanta before the close of their transfer windows closed on Friday, 12 September. The main European transfer window closed on Monday evening, with Lookman failing to earn himself the big transfer he craved and even went on strike when Atlanta refused to send him to Inter Milan. But reports emanating from Italy have confirmed that two Turkish sides in Fenerbahce and Galatasaray remain interested in a potential deal for the Nigerian international. The Lookman scenario is similar to what his compatriots Victor Osimhen passed through at Napoli before he first went on loan to Galatasaray last season, after his desire to move away from Diego Maradona Stadium was debunked. Since the window in Turkey will remain open until September 12, Lukman stands to benefit since both Fenerbahce and Galatasaray are still able to sign players, and clubs in other leagues are still able to sell to them, even if their own transfer window has closed. Entertainment. Actress Pedro Ogunmola loses only son. The movie industry has been thrown into mourning following the death of Shino, the only son of veteran actress Pedro Ogunmola Omobolanle and husband, renowned comic actor Sunday Omobolanle, popularly known as Papi Louie. The tragic incident occurred while Ogunmola, 56, was on the movie set. Shino, who recently completed his National Youth Service Corps program, was said to be the pride of his mother, who often expressed joy over his milestone achievements. The heartbreaking news was first broken by popular actor Odunlade Adekola, whose social media post triggered an outpouring of condolences from colleagues, fans, and well-wishers. Messages of sympathy have since flooded Ogunmola's social media pages, with many Nollywood stars expressing grief over the loss. The death of Shino has left the Omobolanle family and the wider Nollywood community devastated. Real Worry Pikin, old sold-out comedy show in America. Nigerian comedian and entertainer Anita Alaire Afuki Asuoha, popularly known as Real Worry Pikin, recorded another international milestone on Saturday, August 30, 2025, with a sold-out edition of our comedy show, Unapologetically Me, in Maryland, United States. The event, held at the Grand Occasions Laurel, drew a diverse audience of Africans in the diaspora and American fans who were treated to an evening of laughter, storytelling, and music. The Maryland edition follows earlier successful outings of the show in the United States, Ghana, Warri, and Abuja. The US stop was supported by brands including Finserv, Jollof Exterior, Afro Jams Network, Gucci Mix, One Love Foods, and Axiom Consults. In July 2024, Real Worry Pikin staged the 5th edition of the show in Abuja, attracting over 3,000 people at this day's dome. The event featured Nigerian musicians Peruzzi and Ricardo Banks, alongside performances from comedians Bonnie Timo, MC Royal, Zigabella, Fremount, and MC Yanis. Organized by RWP Entertainment, Unapologetically Me is set to continue its international tour with more shows planned in the UK, US, and Canada. Recap of the major headlines. Tinubu, we have met 2025 revenue target, gained stability. Shettima to Tinubu, I won't take my bond with you for granted. Convention. Wike scams demands ignite fresh PDP fuel. Tariff war. Respect state electricity regulators, FG wants discourse. Atiku slams FG as bandits sack Kwara village. Sports. Ekong, Moses, Iwobi, 13 others in Uyo as Super Eagles trained for Rwanda. Transfers. Lukman triggers transfer war between Galatasaray and Fenerbahce. Entertainment. Actress Peju Ogunmola loses only son. Real Worry Pikin, old sold-out comedy show in America. Follow us on all our social media handles: Facebook at Ifako Radio, X at Ifako Radio, YouTube at Ifako Radio, WhatsApp at Ifako Radio, Instagram at Ifako_Radio. For news reporting, contact us at ifakoradio@gmail.com or call or WhatsApp 091 22 22 7433. Special thanks to the news producer, Olanwe Tolushegi. Thanks for watching. I'm Olanwe Tolushegi. Have a wonderful Wednesday. God bless you.
Looking for reliable brand for import and export, logistics and cargo services, ticket booking, or general merchandising? At Divine and Grace Enterprises, they specialize in seamless global trade, efficient cargo handling, top-notch travel support, and trusted merchant services. Whether it's getting your goods across borders, booking a flight, or managing cargo with precision, they deliver with speed, reliability, and care. You can visit them at Nako Export Warehouse, International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos State. You can contact them on 0803 406 1483, 0817 287 4375, or email it divineandgraceenterprises@gmail.com. Divine and Grace Enterprise, your reliable brand for logistics and merchandise.